Hey, what's up everyone? It's Josh with the Envision Vlog, and today we're talking about Birdbox. More specifically, the Birdbox Challenge. All right, now I can get rid of that. Grab these. Just so you guys know, I follow a lot of other visually impaired YouTubers, and this has become a real trending topic in the low vision, visually impaired, blind community. It's this whole thing surrounding this movie Bird Box and the viral challenge that came with it. Now, for those of you who do not know, which I'm pretty sure most of you do know, the movie Bird Box was released by Netflix a couple of weeks ago, and essentially it was like taken over social media. Everyone loved it. It was insane. Everybody and their grandmother was posting on Facebook like, oh my lord, Bird Box, Bird Box, Bird Box memes, everything. It was insane. For those of you who do not know about the movie, the basic gist of it is that there's essentially this evil presence that has taken over the world. And if you look at it, there's some debate about that it takes the form of monsters, that it takes the form of your deepest fears. But if you look at it, essentially it drives you to commit suicide. So in its basic form, it kills people. So in order for the main characters to avoid seeing this presence and being driven to kill themselves, they have to wear blindfolds. I watched the movie to prepare for this video, and I'll be honest, just a basic review of the movie, I liked it. It was pretty cool. It was a good concept. What I do not like is the fact that there is this Bird Box challenge that has come as a result of the film. At its core, it's dangerous. It can be very dangerous. And, in other aspects of it, it can really reinforce negative stereotypes of the visually impaired. What people are doing is that they are blindfolding themselves and then attempting to do everyday tasks. What some of these people don't realize is that doing these tasks without having any training and not being used to having any sort of vision can really put themselves in danger. You've got people that are trying to cook, that are trying to cross the street, that are even attempting to drive to simulate the things in this movie, all for the sake of social media views and clout and any sort of going viral. The biggest story right now is the one in Utah where this teen tried to drive with a blindfold on, swerved into oncoming traffic, and crashed her car. Who thinks this is a good idea? There is a reason that people with visual impairments do not drive. There is a reason we have certain kitchen aids and we use white canes to cross the street. I just want to tell the people that are doing these challenges in the most dangerous way to basically leave visual impairment up to the professionals. We've had training on this kind of stuff. We live this stuff every day. Not like we just woke up one day and was like, oh, I can't see. I'm just gonna go cross the street. Oh, I can't see. I'm just gonna go get behind the wheel of a car. Oh, I can't see. Hey, you know what I'm gonna try to do? Wield this sharp knife and cut an avocado. I mean, I wouldn't do it because I'm not the biggest fan of avocados, but that's besides the point. Please don't take it the wrong way. I get that this stuff, can be kind of fun and it can be kind of funny to, try something outside of your comfort zone, outside of your realm. But, it's gotten to the point now where YouTube is even starting to ban these types of videos because it is really dangerous. If you want to partake in this kind of challenge, then, do something a little more safe, like trying to put toothpaste on your toothbrush, maybe putting the right kind of clothes and the darks and the lights and the hamper, trying to match your socks or tie your shoes or something like that. I've even heard other people suggest blindfolding themselves and using accessibility apps on the iPhone, not anything that puts anyone in danger. And that is at its core. Like I said, I've said it once, I've said it, probably a couple of times in this video. But I feel that the Bird Box Challenge also reinforces a lot of negative stereotypes regarding people with visual impairments. This challenge is a viral thing, but it does nothing to really promote awareness of what visually impaired people deal with all the time. It's just something related to some movie, and it doesn't really portray the experiences, like I said, of people like me who can't remove our blindfold. When someone puts on a blindfold and they're not used to having any sort of visual impairment, yes, they're gonna struggle with things. They're gonna struggle with trying to do stuff in the kitchen. They're gonna struggle trying to get from point A to point B walking. They're gonna struggle trying to match their socks or throw hampers or do whatever the challenge is. And then oftentimes when they feel that struggle, internally they may think, oh, this is what blind people deal with every day. Poor blind people, they can't cut food and they can't cook, so they'll starve. They can't walk across the street. How will they ever leave where they live? They can't read books. They can't read computer screens or do research. How do blind people get education? How do they learn? And I know it's an exaggeration, but there are going to be people who are going to internalize their feelings of being blindfolded as what blind people experience every day. But we've had training on this. If you have been visually impaired and have learned to adapt to it, then you know how to deal with a blindfold all the time. And another thing that I really kind of thought about when looking into this challenge is that the people that do this, they only deal with what they can't do because of their inability to see. There is so much more to the experience of being a visually impaired person other than the fact that we cannot see. These people can take off a blindfold and go about their daily lives. I can never take my blindfold off, and these people through this challenge will never experience the mental and emotional struggles that I've had to go through because I've had to deal with vision loss. The people that go through these challenges will never understand the struggle of questioning your ideas of masculinity and what it means to be a man, because society says that men have to be independent and protectors and providers, but you're slowly losing your independence because your vision is slowly disappearing. They won't deal with any sort of ableism or discrimination that people with visual impairments or blindness may experience in their lifetime. They won't deal with the idea that the blindfold that they're wearing gets darker and darker and darker as time goes on. They won't deal with having to hide such an integral part of their lives and who they are out of fear of being denied employment. And aside from it having the potential to be completely dangerous, that is the problem I have with this Birdbox challenge. In pursuit of views and likes and subscribers and going viral, we only scratch the tip of the iceberg of the visually impaired experience when it comes to this challenge. I'm not trying to be like a Debbie Downer, a negative Nancy about the whole thing, because, I do think this kind of stuff has its place. I think that, movies and art and literature and all this stuff really sparks a lot of viral challenges and, gets a lot of people talking about stuff. It's just with this Birdbox challenge, I feel like we may have missed the mark a little bit. I want to see this challenge promote more conversation and dialogue surrounding the experiences of the visually impaired, instead of just reinforcing and focusing on the ideas and the plot and the situations that happen in this movie that are totally unrealistic. So that's just my little conversation about Birdbox and the Birdbox challenge. If you do participate in the challenge, I encourage you all once again to be safe about it. I encourage you all to recognize that, the experiences of just putting on a blindfold and then just doing a task that you do every day does not represent what it is like for visually impaired and blind people on the daily basis. And lastly, I just encourage you all to think about what this challenge could really mean on a deeper level. And if you want to know more about the visually impaired experience, I have this channel where I'm posting videos, trying to post every week, and there are plenty of other visually impaired YouTubers who upload and talk about the experience. So that concludes the video for today. So as always, I encourage you guys to give these videos a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and if you see these videos and you like what you see and want to help spread awareness, by all means share it on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, whatever works best for you. Shoot it to people in your text messages. I'm cool with that too. But thank you again for watching. This is Josh with the Envision Vlog, signing out.